was 18 millimeter of mercury. So what are corneal dystrophies? These are heterogeneous group of inherited disorder. They are typically bilateral, hereditary, they are non-inflammatory, slowly progressive disorder. Usually they are not related to any environmental or systemic factor, mainly dominant, and they are common in first and second decades. So these are certain classification of IC3D classification is there, which is based on the gene mapping and the specific mutations are there. And then further there is a classification based on the locations of it, that is the epithelial, subepithelial variety, the epithelial, stromal, TGF beta 1 varieties, the stromal varieties and endothelial varieties are there. They are further classified baselinely. So my case was a macular corneal dystrophy, which is an autosomal recessive associated with the CHST6 gene mutation. There is an inborn error of keratin sulfate, so the unsulfated keratin get deposit. They have a clear cornea at birth, and they begins by 3 to 9 or present with decreased vision by 10 to 30. White opacities with indistinct edges are there with diffuse stromal haze. Glycosamine glycan get deposits. So histopathologically, they will stain with the Alcian blue and the colloidal iron. Treatment is the band contact line initial stage can be given. Definitive treatment are the keratoplasties. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sonia, for wonderful presentation. And let's start the discussion. The experts for this session are Dr. Nivedita and Dr. Charuta Puranik. And who from the inner circle going to start the discussion? No one is going to take the lead?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yes, please.
Hello. Can you please tell me which kind of keratoplasty you have done? Like you have done full thickness optical keratoplasty or deep anterior laminar keratoplasty?
Yeah, it depends based on the opacity depth. If it is not involving deeper stroma of the endothelium anyway, by SOCT we can see, or by slit lamp evaluation, we can go for deep anterior lamellar keratoplasty. But if there is any suspicion of endothelial involvement or deeper stromal involvement, as macular do have more deeper involvement, so we can go for penetrating keratoplasty in those cases.
So in your case, more deeper tissue was involved.
Deeper involvement was there. In periphery part, there was more deeper involvement of dystrophies.
That is why you went for optical keratoplasty.
Optical penetrating.
Oh.
Thank you, Dr. Irshad. Anyone from inner circle? Dr. Bhavya, Dr. Nupu, Dr. Lalita, Dr. Mayank, Dr. Vikas. Last time you all were very active. This time, I don't know why you're not asking questions. Either the presentations are too good that nothing is left to ask.
Most of them in my hospital, they are having exam.
Right. Maximum participation was from Kashyap Memorial last time. Gagandeep was very active last time.
Yeah, Gagandeep has disappeared because of exam. I coaxed Irshad. Then he was doing emergency duty. He came.
So who is going to ask? Dr. Neeraj, Adarsh, Dr. Pooja, Dr. Rahul, anyone?
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening, Srishti, please.
Nice presentation, Dr. Sonia. My only question is, what are the important parameters that you'll check and are important in the post-op period?
Yeah, so first we will check, obviously we'll check the visual acuity for which we are doing. We will check the graft clarity, any sign of any rejection or failure or any infiltrate infection we will check. We will surely check the intraocular pressure. There is a high risk of glaucoma post-penetrating keratoplasty, so we will check these parameters.
Thank you, Dr. Srishti. Sakshi, you want to ask something?
Sakshi, you are working with Dr. Nidhi. You are in cornea. Irshad is also working with Nidhi.
Yeah, I want to ask one more question. If
Yes,
if
please.
only superficial layers of cornea are involved, so what is better to do? Like, can we do phototherapeutic keratectomy or we can go for DALK? Which one is better?
Keratectomy should be done only in very superficial, where there is patient symptomatic with recurrent erosions, multiple erosion, not involving the visual axis. Otherwise, we will go for deep anterior lamellar keratoplasty because macular dystrophy do have recurrence and they generally have deeper involvement. So multiple opacities will still be present. So visually
So,
not significant.
so DALK is better.
Thank you, Dr. Sonia. Anyone else who would like to ask questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Sonia, very nicely presented, first of all. Congratulations for that. And how do you differentiate macular from granular corneal dystrophy? And what is the role of ASOCT in determining your plan of management in such cases?
Yeah, macular and granular both have a different inheritance as well. And by clinically, we will see the intervening stroma in granular will be clear. There are breadcrumbs like appearance. The intervening stroma won't be hazy in them, whereas macular will have a stroma, intervening stroma would be involved. And ASOCT will have a role like to determine we will go for DALK or PKP. As macular, the periphery will have a deeper involvement which won't be visible under slit lamp. So by ASOCT, we can see the corneal thickness and the deeper involvement of the opacities which are present on the peripheral cornea.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonia. And if endothelium is involved, definitely we'll go for PKP. We can go for DALK if the superficial layers are involved, and DALK has a better acceptance rate, and the rejection rate is more in PKP because in DALK the endothelium is not intact, so the rejection rates are very nicely presented. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anamika and Dr. Sonia. Anyone else who would like to question Dr. Sonia? So let's move to the experts and take what they have to say. Dr. Nivedita, your inputs, please, for the case.
Yeah, very nice presentation. Congratulations to the presenter. She has highlighted a very important aspect of corneal dystrophy, the toughest one probably. I just want to ask her, when will you plan for suture removal? One. And what will you look for recurrences? Is it possible for a recurrence in macular dystrophy?
Yeah, macular do have a recurrence rate is there, and after 1 month post surgery, we can go for suture removals, checking the uh, tightening or loosening, flattening of the cornea or steepening of the cornea.
In a penetrating keratoplasty, 1 month is too less, ma. So 1 year is what is the guideline, like any keratoplasty. So loose sutures can be removed early.
Suture, okay.
So recurrences are very common.
Recurrences are common.
Very common. So you need to be very careful about it. When will you plan for the other eye? Because you said your patient is having a bilateral condition.
Bilateral keratoplasties, yes.
So when is it better to plan for the other eye? How early?
Not much sure, ma'am, about it.
Okay, that's a very valid question because the patient will ask you. If you do a successful penetrating keratoplasty, the patient will ask you. As you told, many complications possible, pressure spike, all of those have to be settled. You have to wait for at least 6 months.
6 months.
Thank you. Very nice. Nice presentation. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nivedita. Dr. Charuta, your comments, please.
Am I visible?
Your voice is too low. If you can speak loudly.
Excellent presentation, Dr. Sonia.
Thank you.
So you mentioned in the passing about keratin sulfate staining. I'm wondering whether, do you understand based on keratin sulfate staining?
Keratin sulfate staining.
Yes. Stains with Alcian blue, it stains with colloidal iron also. It is the glycosamine glycans which get deposits.
So
unsulfated keratin.
Based on the keratin sulfate staining, there is a classification. Class 1, Class 1A and Class 2. So that is of slight importance because Class 2 is having normal keratin
levels. Yeah, ma'am. Based on the serum deposits and the corneal deposits.
Correct. Yeah. Also, recurrence rate, like what has been mentioned before, slightly higher in group 2. But while counseling, you can say that it would take many years or decades also, but there is a possibility.
Yeah, and type 2, they will have the keratin sulfate in serum as well as in the corneal deposits.
So another thing is regarding the description of the graft. We need to understand that when you mention the graft host junction, you have to notice several points. So whether the sutures are adequately tight or loose, whether there is any override or underride or not. So I think the mention was very brief and not very adequate for the exam point of view. But overall, good, very well managed, very well presented case of macular dystrophy, and also good questions from the postgraduates.
So who will you say asked the best question? Dr. Irshad asked on whether to go for DALK and when to go for PK. And Srishti asked upon parameters to check in post-operative phase. And Amika asked how to differentiate macular and granular dystrophy and the role of ASOCT. So, Dr. Charuta, the best question.
Of course, all three questions are very pertinent. You have to know how to monitor a patient post-keratoplasty and the distinction between DALK and PTK, whether that is actually an option in these cases. It was well answered by Dr. Sonia. And Dr. Anamika's question was also very pertinent because we see a lot of blanket investigations being advised by youngsters. So knowing when to advise which investigation is, according to me, one of the most important judgment questions. So my vote would go to Anamika.
So thank you, Dr. Charuta.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
the
so
winner
much.
for this session is Dr. Anamika. Congratulations, Dr. Anamika.
Thank you, ma'am.
And over to Dr. Bharti to take over and move on to next session.
So over to Dr. Bharti Sharma for the vote of thanks. Are you here, madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So madam,
thank you, everyone. Yeah. So, ma'am, I really need not to say anything. It was a very exciting session, and I have also attended this for the first time. I encourage all the PGs to please actively participate, as it is a very beautiful session, and it is the more you ask, the more you learn. And thank you so much for the faculty for making it so interesting and encouraging Dr. Charuta and Dr. Nivedita from SN. I know her from long time. And thank you all the seniors for being there to be giving their expert comments, and all the PGs for their active participation. Hoping to see you more participation, more aggressive fighting, participation from all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Bharti, for your enthusiasm and energy, and very nicely conducted, and so much planning. Wonderful. Good.
Thank you.
Good energy
So you are there tomorrow also. You are there tomorrow also in leadership session.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
thank you all. So now we are starting. We are getting delayed.